So besides this exists and all operations, another set of operations we need to introduce here is called aggregation operations. So the aggregation operation is not one single operation, it's a bunch of operations we can use for aggregating the tuples we get from tables. It covers the sum, average, count, min, max. It can be all applied to a column in the select clause to produce that aggregation of the column. So for example, this count star will count the number of tuples in a table. And we can provide you with an example, like from the sales table with bar beer price, please find the average price of bud. Before, if we don't use these aggregation operations, it is very hard to do this query, right? Because we don't know how to calculate the average price. If we can use these aggregation operations, we can do this query very easily. We can do so by select AVG denoting average, which is a keyword in SQL, average on some price, average on some attributes, is a price, from sales table where the beer equals to bud. So with this query, we can calculate the average price from the sales table on the bud beers. So this average price will calculate the average price automatically. So this aggregation operation will also follow its back semantics. In other words, it only eliminates duplications. And sometimes when we want to ensure this aggregation operation will eliminate duplicates, if so, then we can use these distinct keywords we used before. So we can do so by using distinct inside the aggregation. It will cause duplicates to be eliminated before the aggregation. We also have an example, like we want to find a number of different prices charged for the bud. Before, we just select the average price right in the previous page. However, here we want to find the number of different prices charged for the bud. We're going to do that by using this count, this aggregation operation. Count on price. However, here we want to find the different prices, right? In other words, for the same price, it will appear only once, right? So we can do so by select count, parentheses, distinct, price. This is the attribute name, right? This distinct is a keyword. It counts the appearance of different prices from the sales table where the beer equals to bud. In this way, we can find the number of different prices charged for bud from this table. And this distinct will eliminate duplicates automatically prior to this aggregation, the counts. For the aggregation, we also need to have something to pay attention to, which is about the null values. We mentioned before, right, the attributes can be null in the tables. And these null values can create some problems for us, especially in the aggregation. So the null value never contribute to a sum, average, or count. And they can also never be the minimum or maximum of a column. In other words, this is the aggregation operation. We ignore these null values in the aggregation. So if there are no non-null values in a column, then the result of this aggregation is null as well. So this null can create some problems. We show you with an example. Let's see, we have two queries. The first one is select count star from sales table where beer equals to bud. The semantics meaning is very easy to understand, right? It counts how many times this bud appears in the sales table. It's one way, right, to do this counting of this bud appearance in the sales table. We have another query on the right hand side, select count price from the sales where beer equals to bud. So by comparing these two queries, the question is, will they return the same result or not? The answer is no, probably, right? It depends on the attributes. If we don't allow any null values for price, then they will return the same result. However, if the price came in null, then the result will be very different. So to answer this question, we need to know the semantic meanings for these two queries. The first query on the left-hand side denotes the number of bars that see a but in the sales table. How many number of bars are there that sells a but? However, the query on the right-hand side, it actually denotes the number of bars that sell the but at a knowing price. Right? If there is some records with the price is null, then it will be not contribute to this count right here. However, it will contribute to the count here. In other words, if we have some data tuples with null price, then these two queries will return different results. Right? So please pay attention to the null in the aggregation operations.